Like Wike and Tinubu, Elrufai angry with Tinubu over VP snub. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. The decision made by Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, presidential candidate of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC in the 2023 election in picking former Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima as his running mate has not gone down well with Governor Nasir Elrufai of Kaduna State. Credible sources in the party on Monday informed Daily Independent that the All Progressive Congress leadership is trying to manage the issue so that it will not blow open like that of the major opposition party, the People's Democratic Party (PDP), where Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike is currently at loggerheads with Atiku Abubakar, the party's presidential candidate, who announced Ifeanyi Okowa, Delta State Governor, as his running mate. Although the committee saddled with the task of picking the party's vice presidential candidate consisting of representatives of former governors, incumbent governors, the NWC, National Working Committee, and the Board of Trustees (BOT) members agreed to allow Wike, who became second in the presidential primaries, to run with Atiku. The former vice president ignored the recommendation and announced Okowa as his running mate. Sources in the party said Atiku rejected Wike based on the fact that he was a direct opponent against him in the presidential primary and the fact that Wike has always been antagonistic to him. In the case of the All Progressive Congress, the list of potential running mates was narrowed to Elrufai from the northwest and Shettima from the northeast. While many had thought Tinubu would settle for Elrufai, the former Lagos State Governor announced Shettima. It was gathered that the Northern All Progressive Congress governors had agreed that based on the role they played in his emergence as the All Progressive Congress flag bearer, especially the communique they issued declaring support for power shifts to the south, Tinubu should pick one of them as his running mate. Daily Independent also learned from informed sources that Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State, who is a chairman of a Northern Governors Forum, was penciled down if Tinubu decides to fly a Muslim ticket. But when it was obvious that he wanted a fellow Muslim, if Tinubu decides to fly a Muslim Christian ticket. But when it was obvious that Tinubu wanted a fellow Muslim as his running mate, Shettima and Elrufai were shortlisted, and without consulting with the governors, Tinubu opted for the former Borno State Governor, who is one of his staunch loyalists. Despite the development, the governors managed to keep their grievances from public glare and turned up in Osho last week for the grand finale of the party's governorship campaign. Its candidate Boyega Oyetola lost to the People's Democratic candidate Ademola Adeleke. The same situation in the People's Democratic Party is currently playing out in the All Progressive Congress. Governor Elrufai is very embittered about the decision made by Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Emissaries have been sent to him, but he rebuffed them. He turned up for the governorship campaign in Osho last week because he has no issues with his colleague Oyetola. But definitely he is angry with Tinubu. Elrufai also enjoyed the sympathy of some All Progressive Congress governors, especially those in the north, as they have always insisted that for supporting Tinubu in the primary, he must pick one of them as his running mate. Announcing Shettima, a former governor, as his choice without consulting with the governors was seen as an affront by the All Progressive governors, who are major stakeholders in the party, as source said. When contacted, an associate of Tinubu said there was no way he would work with Elrufai as he had always attacked him in the past. People have short memories in this country. How on earth can Asiwaju and Elrufai pair together? Have you forgotten how you attacked Asiwaju and humiliated him in the past? How many people still remembered in May 2019 when Elrufai came to Lagos and said Tinubu should be retired from Lagos politics? He boasted that he ended Godfatherism in Kaduna and he can teach the Egyptians how to do same in Lagos. Aside that, he had said several denigrating remarks about Asiwaju in the past. Elrufai is one of those who caused wedge in the relationship of Asiwaju and Mr. President, especially during the first term. How can he choose that man to be his deputy? It is practically impossible. Those killer baby. Eh? Is it true? I don't know how true this is, whether Elrufai is embittered, but make on wait. The only person I thought that Elrufai is going to be siding was if Amechi, that's Rotimi Amechi, the former minister of, was it transportation? Yes, the former minister of transportation. I was thinking that, because rumor was all over the place that if Amechi becomes, the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, that he, Elrufai, is going to be seconding. He said, according to the president, that was how it was rumoring that time. Now waiting we hear. And true, if you ask me, anyway, for the All Progressive, if they like, make them brew crisis, make them brew and like tea. Concern any of us now. At this point, waiting concern us, especially if you don't get your PVC. Now make you go around convince people why your candidate is the best. Tell them why your candidate. Tell them what your candidate don't do in the past. Tell them the manifesto where your candidate they bring. Tell them, convince them. Now it be your work till at the end of the day, God giving us a life. 2023, the elections will come. Then we'll come use our PVC. Go out, go cast our vote. The sentiment against Muslim tickets would have been worse. First and greatly opposed if Elrufai has been chosen by Tinubu. Oga, you should get sense. True, but waiting for happen. Cause Elrufai don't talk. He don't miss yan. He don't lose God talk some things. Maybe say, enough clean. Okay. Story. APC is done with Buhari poor performance and a drug baron emerged as his presidential candidate. It is now between Labour Party, People Democratic Party, and New Nigerian People's Party. Well, not be too sure. Just make sure you're prepped for 2023. Muslim tickets cannot work, but the choice of Elrufai would have been from frying pan to fire. Now, wow, Oga. Okay, make we rest, Joe. Muslim cannot work. Is it the region they are going there to practice? Well, my dear, you cannot say that in a secular state now. Nigeria is not a mono-religious country. And of course, it has a whole lot of things to do aside religion. Okay, like I always say, the ball is in your court. Vote wisely. Okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. And until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.